Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. So once again, I'm actually busy cultivating up a crop of turnips. So I've actually finally run out of turnip soup. I have a ton of carrot soup for the moment, so that's keeping me going. And besides all of this, I'm actually already progressed through to get ready to explore. Now, there was a massive storm, it just didn't want to end. It was like 3 or 4 days worth of storms, and moving at night is of no use because I need to find the mountain. So I need to actually cross the water when I can still see land on the other side. So I'm going to be heading out, and I realize there's a strong chance I'm going to have to cross the plain. And without turnip soup, there is no way I'm going to make it through the plains. So I have to plant in all of these turnip seeds, harvest it, and then hopefully I have just about enough turnips to make a nice plate. This is getting a bit offbeat. Just have to do this, and here we go. Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I was raided by drakes already, and they literally took out my pigs, so I don't have any more boars around. I've just decided to leave it as a full farming base here, and the one that I'm going to do in the plains, depending on which plains I find, if I find a nice large open area of plains, I'm going to be building a base in there, and that base is actually going to be another crazy one just like the first one. So hopefully that comes in before the end of this month. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so things are a bit crazy at the moment, so I'm busy with some stuff in real life, and that is actually taking away a lot of my time from my videos, and that's just the whole thing. And I'm not really 100% happy about my performance in the game at the moment. I feel like I should be progressing a lot faster. I expected to finish Muda by the end of the week, but at the rate I'm going, I'm not going to be able to. So in my next snow biome, I have to find the summoning location for Muda, and if I fail that, then I'm in big trouble. And I also still have to find the trader, and without the trader, that fight should be pretty much a nightmare to do because of the travel time. And as I said, it's the only reason why I've cheated so far. And when I call over Havoc and Eternal and stuff like that there, the one thing that you will notice is I'm not using them to get anywhere ahead of where I should be. I'm sticking to my current level. One or two things open for me in a higher level without me actually doing anything. I haven't touched an artisan table now that I realize it, but it opened for me. I don't understand why it opened, but a lot of items from there started showing up, and I'm about to upgrade my room to the max comfort. So max comfort means more overall rest timer. My bonfire is back up in this room, so that is another massive bonus to me. Whoa. Okay, so the next base, I'm just going to just give a quick brief heads up on it, is not going to be anything near this size. In actuality, the next base is going to be longer in this dimension where I'm pointing. If I were to stand here, this would only be the entrance to the base likely, because it's literally going to be 6 by 6 by 6 the internal. So 6 for the first room, 6 for the hallway, 6 for the next room. That makes it 18 across. And with the extension of stone walls, that makes it 17 across. And I am not leaving my stone ways to just be 3, sorry, just be 2, it's going to be 3 on each side. So an additional 6, so 24 blocks across for the base. And I'm not going to give them just these standard pillars on the outside, it's going to go full stone. But there is one other catch to the base that I'm going to make in the plains. It's a non-accessible base. So the base which I'm going to set up in the plains, called the sleeper base, is only meant for teleportation in and out. There will be 8 bedrooms inside that particular base. There will be a few processing units and a farming area, but it's not going to be anything near as usable as this base. You're not going to be able to jump out of it and just run around the plains and return. If you jump out, you're going to have to build a portal, head back in, and then that is the only way in and out, through portals. So yeah, that's the whole idea behind that base. It's just basically a nice headquarters to set up to get everything you want done. Now, I know a lot of people have set up bases along the, what you call these things, the floating stones or the big giant rocks in the plains biome. I'm not going to go after that. They definitely are tall buildings, but I'm going after something different altogether. I'm going to go after the bigger castle, as I said, and besides sorry, besides that first little tidbit, I'm actually also going to expand the inside of the castle. So my first floor is going to be a total of 3 or 4 high, because I know there's that massive blast furnace that I need that's going to fill up a lot of space. And let me just open it out and show you what I mean. Go to crafting. Also, and as you can see, this is slightly bigger than 2 walls high. If you look at it, it's about 3 walls high to the chimney, and considering its size, I'm gonna need that 3 walls high inside the base. So I will be planting this inside that base. Instead of having 8 rooms for everything, it will only have 4, and then there are the windmills that I'm going to have to set up. This I might just set up at this base somewhere. I'll find a spot for it. If I'm correct, I should be able to just plant it on my regular cobblestone. Not cobblestone, sorry. Yeah, I'll find a spot for it, because it doesn't look that big, and if I can set it up here at the base, it'll be a good way to progress forward. This will go inside one of my rooms, easy as 1, 2, 3, and that's just about it. So my workbench is finally level 5, and a few other things in the base have been totally leveled out. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to planting. So as you know, I do 272 seeds. Okay. So unusual. I do 272 seeds to every single piece of my crop that I'm gonna plant. And that actually helps me out quite a bit, because with 272 seeds, it means every time I need to restart a crop or make another crop, that's a lot of extra turnips. So this next round of turnips is just going to be the first run, and then I'm going to plant seeds, hold the seeds one side, end of story, just get another whole load of turnips, make a ton of turnip soup, and hopefully that'll be the end of this whole nightmare, to be honest. Farming has become way too tedious, to say the least. Why did I Let's go. As you can see, this is a little bit tedious when it comes to the farming. I really love this little setup that I made. It definitely works to my advantage. I have so much of space and so many things to do up here that it really pulls me a long way out. Now I actually have already gotten to where I can just jump through a portal and move to the next location. And you're going to see that there's a new portal room inside the space. And that was already planned. It wasn't planned from the very start, but it was planned out that I would have a second portal room once I completed the fight against, not against Bone Mass, but against my second crypt. When I realized that each time I go to these swamp locations, and as I start exploring further and further out, I'm going to need more and more portal locations. So this base has the council room, and unfortunately I set that up ahead of time. So the council room is actually also going to serve as my secondary portal room, and I found a way to integrate both without it really interfering with the aesthetic of the room. And I'm about to go up, as I said, in comfort level internally. So once I break the 21-minute rest bonus, it's definitely going to make a big difference to my gameplay. And it's nighttime again. I've been farming for so long. Now, yeah, this is something I've been doing on a regular basis. Jump back and forth, in and out of combat. I'm fueling up my smelter, getting extra iron melted. And one of the reasons why I've done extra iron is I already know that when I progress into the next level, one of the pieces of armor or one of the armor sets actually uses regular iron. I already have black iron getting collected, but I'm gonna need a whole lot more just to progress past it. So I'm going to have to head back to that first swamp that I was at and run up my circling farm, because I need a ton of cores. So I'm gonna go close by, sit out of range inside one of the bases. I'll set up a little something inside there just for the sake of the farm, and hopefully that will be good enough for me to get at least another 30 or 40 sterling cores, because I really need a lot of sterling cores at the moment. Oh yeah, I also didn't tell you that some of these posts are actually at such low health that they were about to be destroyed. That's because during the Drake attack, I didn't immediately come out to defend my base because I wasn't expecting it. I didn't think the moment I entered my first snow biome there's going to be a Drake assault on my base. Should have put this so hard to navigate right now with this darkness. Now most of the time when I'm playing the game, I am literally just farming things up. I find it to be more important to farm things up than to actually run around and explore. I don't know if anybody else experiences the same thing. Man, this is so dark for a night. This is one of the darkest nights I've experienced in the game so far. I've got a massive fire right here at my base that should be illuminating all of this. I want to literally take it and throw it up outside, but that thing is just way too huge and it will take up way too much space. At this point I could actually set up a stone cutter anywhere that I go if I wanted to expand bases in stone. So yeah, that's a fantastic thing. I have almost another 100 steel. It's not enough to actually progress me through the next level of armor, but if I go through the plains, get enough steel, pair that up with the amount of silver I have, and wait for the next lot of... Oh wait, let me just do this again. Now most of the time when I'm farming or when I'm just running around on simple explorer missions, I'll throw on one or two videos from YouTube, listen to a little bit of something, play one or two extra sounds in the background, because you know what, although this game is super addictive, the one thing that you have to remember is it is unbelievably time consuming. And if you are about to run around and get ready for massive fights and battles just like every other player in the game, you're going to need something to keep your mind at ease, because this game is a little bit heavy when it comes to that time consuming aspect, as I've said before. Okay, it's not just a little bit, it's extremely heavy on time consumption. I actually need to fix up one or two of my rails here. I'm actually gonna go and replace some of the rails on the sides so that they're perfectly situated over the what's this thing, over the spike fences. So the spikes need to come through these ones. It will push them back slightly and it will strengthen their members, so I can keep everything at 3 and it shouldn't really hurt much of this area. What I mean is, you see, because of the way that this is, I lose just that slight amount of distance for my planting, and it actually has a negative side effect. It means that when I'm planting this row, it comes way too close to the previous row, as you can see here. It also happens on the other edge, so the edge where I started basically. Oh, sun is about to come up behind me. So one of my favorite shows to watch when I'm playing this game is Vivala Dirtly, or Vivala Ditley, or whatever it's called. But nonetheless, I'll sit with it on in the background and I listen to their gags, and I honestly enjoy them. They they definitely have the right way of teasing gamers. Uh, I myself am a long time gamer. It's just that I haven't had a PC in a while, as I have explained before. But nonetheless, the way they tease gamers is just perfect. Let's go again. I should be just about done by the time the sun comes up. Let's see how many left. Less than 30. Yeah, I don't have to do every single last plot. I don't need carrots at the moment. I have so much of excess carrots. But I also need to plant the seeding for carrots just in case I need them anytime soon. Otherwise I'll run into this. Now, the whole story on how I ran out of my soup is kind of insane. So there's a plains biome near the first exploration base that I set up, and when I went through in my iron armor, I literally dominated those trolls. They were one shot for me and basically just go through like it's nothing. And the mosquitoes, the death mosquitoes, weren't so bad for me. But when I went back in bronze armor after I died in the snow the first time, it was due to a rock golem actually falling into me on a hole. And that literally ruined my entire play. I don't think I showed it to you, but I literally had to ask for help for a second time because there was no way I could kill it. And even with all the broths that I was using and everything, once I finally reached the area and set up my portal again, the problem was I get into the area and the moment I touch my stuff, the golem is on me because it's stuck in this ditch where I'm mining out silver. I don't think I showed you the snow as yet. I think I will show it to you now. Well, This place uses so much of resources, it's unbelievable. Oh, finally. Out. Whew. There I go. Nice, quick, easy setup. Okay, now normally I don't run around with it, but here's the council room. It's back up with its big bonfire. Currently there's just 3 chairs, and as you can see there are now 2 portals. Now this is where I first died, literally where this portal is set. I already set the portal here, and when the rock golem fell on top of it, it instantly broke. I've also stolen an egg from one of the nests here, so I need to get out of here as fast as possible. But this is where I was mining silver out. There was a lot of silver. It actually drove me crazy because every time I moved a little bit, my wishbone would give me the incorrect location. Now I do want to go out there again at night to farm 2-star wolves, but I don't think I'm capable of killing them as yet. I need a better weapon. I need a little bit higher level skills with my bow as well. So now let me just move around this way. I've got 25 health because I haven't eaten anything. Chest is empty, that's good. This chest isn't, but that isn't a problem because that's exactly what it's meant for. Whew. I'm gonna need some minor health potions again. As I said, I'm not going to explore until those turnips are grown. And yes, I had to move my bed slightly because I was having a problem with this fireplace. If I start smelting metal, because the smoke comes through it, it ends up really hitting me. So yeah, this is going to be upgraded to a dragon bed in a few days. So yeah, I'm going to have a room similar to Havoc's. The Droggerfang bow, for as strong as it is, it's a little bit of a letdown, to say the very least. With the fact that it does excess poison damage as a base, it definitely makes a big difference, but I really feel it is a letdown. Isn't as strong as I would have expected for a weapon of its class and caliber. In straight. No more processable items. Pull that out and no, actually I'm not even short on storage space here. I've got plus 100 in terms of iron again. That is great. So I've got over 100 silver and over 100 steel. Perfect. Okay, so I've brought you on for massive talk basically. Not much has happened, it's basically just the grind again, everything that you need to do. And here is just a little piece of advice. If you are somebody who manages to speed into the game and you get quite far ahead, plan ahead with your farming. Um, Space your bases out so far apart that when your base gets hit, your creatures don't have a chance of being destroyed. And if you are going to mix your creatures together, make sure that your wolves and your boars are nice and secure. You could always use your wolves to secure your boars, and then obviously you can kill and cull your boars to feed your wolves, or you can cull your wolves to feed your boars, and that's just the basic jazz of it. You could always make a nice big enclosure for the farming, which is another crazy thing to do. I've seen someone do it before. You basically build this massive set, like 150 walls. So 150 times 4 meters is, whoa, okay, it's huge. That is over 600 meters. So almost a kilometer worth of land, and it's just filled with wolves and boars. And the wolves are just walking around, and there's deers will pop up every once in a while, instant kill. You get things like necks popping up in the water, instant kill, and all you've got to do is walk around the base and you just pick up everything that is inside there. Now, I haven't had a chance to play on a server that filled with creatures, but I have played with Havoc, and Havoc is also quite heavily filled with creatures. Even though it's not super crazy, it is still crazy. Okay, so yeah, I hope to catch you all in the next one. Have a good day. See you all then.